Hello, welcome to Success in Business. We are a panel of entrepreneurs who are experts in our field, and we're here to share our wisdom with you. And today we're going to be talking about maximizing your hard-earned dollars. And I have some amazing panelists on the panel today, and we're going to start with introducing ourselves. And we'll start with Michael.
Hello, so my name is Michael Jordan, of course, the white one. I'm a professor for urology. I have a couple of urological businesses in Germany, and I'm an investor and a crypto investor. And this is what I will most probably want to talk to you about, because this is where the future goes. And I'm born in Romania. I left Romania with 29 in the times of the former communist regime, and came to Germany and changed my life into better, because I do not comply with most of the rules. So I'm a rebel, and I'm doing everything to please and to help a lot of people around me. So starting the business in Germany was not easy. I had a very hard time, but the hard times build you into the strengths, personality that you need in order to become an entrepreneur. And at a certain point in time, I started my own business, not working in the hospital. So I grew that business, becoming one of the biggest urological practices in Germany. And now I'm more in building businesses around my first business. So I'm buying urological practices, put them into a conglomerate called Versorgungszentrum, which means a center with multiple locations that are run by me, and I hire doctors to continue my work, and I train them both in the medical field and in the business part of the business, because you don't learn that in school. And fortunately for me, at one point in time, I met one of my coaches, JT Fox, that helped me change my mindset into an entrepreneur mindset, and this is what I'm trying to do. I also own a medical technology that I introduced at the moment in 60 countries, and I'm working on building the new generation of systems with a second coach of mine, which is Mark Anthony. And now I'm building, since over 1.5 years, a phenomenal crypto business, and this is what I think that will change the world in the future.
Wow, wonderful. That's exciting. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Reina.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Great. So my name is Rainer Matthiasek. I'm a business growth and performance strategist. I'm based in Vienna, Austria. I'm working all around the globe on various strategy topics. And actually, I've worked in strategy, shaping strategies of businesses for more than 14 years now already. I started working in the #1 top-tier strategy consultancy, then actually co-shaped the future of a multi-billion industrial conglomerate from inside this company. And for now more than 5 years, I've actually shaping strategies for businesses of all different sizes with my team as Rainer Matthiasek, DRM strategy, define, refine, and master strategy.
Nice.
So thank you. So it's actually always been in all kind of strategy work, always a kind of a privilege and a stimulating challenge to work for the large corporations that have their challenges and actually perspectives to the future, as well as the local and sometimes even hidden champions like entrepreneurs, like mid-sized business owners, to really make their perspective transparent and provide a decent plan in co-creation with them on what they want to achieve. And actually, the results of strategy can be so various, so diverse. Basically, sometimes it's about doubling the business in a few months. For others, it's actually reallocating tons of resources within the company. Some others bought businesses or were actually bought by other businesses because they had a very successful strategic exit. And actually, what really fascinates me in this line of work is twofold. On the one hand, naturally, the business itself, what the businesses I'm working with actually doing for their clients, how they creating value, and what does the business strategically need to bring it on the next level and to serve even further customers. The same way, Michael, you said, you're actually expanding your business because you're so much into the why of helping others, and you have the organizations in place to do that. That's the one dimension. And the other is naturally the business leaders, the owners, the investors in the businesses, the persons that make the decisions. What do they need on how to progress, on actually make really the next strategic moves for them and their businesses. And that's an exciting task. And I'm so passionate about strategy and sharing my experience with you. So thank you, Stacy, also for inviting me here on the panel, for organizing it, and very excited on this interaction. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad you're here. Okay, we're going to start with I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Stacy Mcpherson. I'm the co-founder of a business called Happy Life Results. The other founders are my grown-up children and my husband, so it's a family-owned business. I'm a business coach, and we create courses and content, and we do retreats and workshops, and we help people to maximize their potential in the financial area. But one of the things that you want to look for when you hire a coach, a business coach, is you want to look at their lifestyle, and you want to say, is their lifestyle the lifestyle I want? Not just do they have the dollars in the bank, but look at their whole lifestyle. And so one of the things that I bring to the table is that I bring a whole person, a person who has strong, rich, warm, loving relationships with my husband and my grown-up children, and also the lifestyle of living where I want to live, exploring the world. I live in a different country every 3 to 5 years, and it's been a phenomenal experience. And then also does your coach take good care of their body? Is it sustainable? Can you keep up whatever lifestyle they're going to present to you for long term? Do they take care of their health and fitness? Do they eat well? And so that's something that I've done. People are always surprised to find out that I have 7 children and 3 grandchildren. And so just saying that helps people understand that, yes, I have a high commitment to my health and wellness. So it's been a really great journey for me, and also being able to coach people to have the kind of lifestyle that they desire. So thank you all for joining us, and we're going to start with our spotlight time, and Michael will lead us.
Amazing.
Okay, so what I will talk about today is the crypto space. So we all have a deck of cards that we can control in our lives, but that deck is not always the deck of cards that you can really control. In the past years, there are a couple of industries that actually did much better than the medium of other businesses. And this is the crypto business, the gaming, and the NFT business, NFT markets. What would people say if you could have all of that under one deck? And this one deck is called the GS Partners and the Lydian World. It's not called the Lydian World for nothing, because it follows the history of the Lydian in the past thousands of years before, where they start actually thinking about how to build relationship with the money. So this platform called GS Partners offers you the possibility to start a business for as low as $33 a month. I don't know any business that can be started with $33 a month. And you can build that for yourself, or you can leverage that and build a real network marketing with that. The network marketing is not mandatory. This is what most people do not understand about this business. So you can start the business and you are paid in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, and I am inside from the very, very beginning in December 2020, and I can tell you that I am paid every single day since then.
Nice.
This business is growing like, I don't know anything that's growing like that. The Ethereum is the second coin after the Bitcoin. It's known. It took us about 7 to 8 years to become the second most important coin in the crypto business. We in the GS partners in the Lydian world, we have not only the same as Ethereum this year, but we are better than them and did that in less than 2 years.
Wow.
We have everything under one deck. We have the gaming. The Lydian world is a gaming where you can actually buy citizenships into the Lydian world, which is divided into countries like the real world. It is our metaverse, our way of the metaverse, and every single position is an NFT. And every single NFT position is an asset. And as an asset, it gives you rewards and builds you passive income streams that pays you for life. I am fortunate enough to know the CTO of the business that built that. And I also know personally also the billionaire that actually is behind all that. In April, we will be the first crypto business that will be traded on the London Stock Exchange.
Oh, no kidding.
Wow.
No kidding.
Amazing.
And it's coming in April. We have our main meeting in Dubai between the 5th and the 8th of May. And this date will be a life-changing event around the globe. Because the Lydian world, until the way we know it now, it is all only like a private club for the first people before it will be open to the masses. We also have a lot of products. One of the products is a MasterCard called GS Partner MasterCard, GS Lifestyle, which is already available in 169 countries. This card has not only is a MasterCard, it has a bank behind of that. And you are able to transfer money from one card to another card at no costs and bypass all the banking system. We are in the beta testing now with 2 companies with 3 million people. At the moment, we are only about 4,800 people who use the card. How about a couple of millions that will white labeling that card, and each time anybody activates the card and swipes the card, a part of the money they will have to go and get an account on the GS partners in order to have the coin of our blockchain, which is the G999. A part of the fees of swiping the card and activating the card is going to be burned, so it will decrease the circulating supply, increasing the value of the coin. And another part will go into the countries where this card is doing. So if you will have the NFT, the the citizenship or certain point there, then you will grow multiple streams of passive income. I will be glad to talk to you about that in a private setting if you want to. The links about me will be there. All right. So if you want to participate in this amazing future, address me, private message me, and I can help you build your business and build multiple streams of passive income and protect your hardworking dollars.
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I hope our audience reaches out. This is such a phenomenal time and a phenomenal experience or opportunity. So thank you so much, Michael.
You're welcome, and everybody is welcome to come into it.
Okay, very good. Okay, we'll turn the time over to Reina.
Perfect. Michael, thanks a lot for your contributions. It's really amazing, really inspiring, and it seems that you have a strategy in place. So, so great. Thank you, Stacy, also for having the opportunity to share with the audience actually 3 pieces of strategy that I consider super important and that actually relate today's topics. So first of all, let's reflect on the title itself of this session, Success in Business. Let's tackle success first. Well, what I mean when talking about success, right? You need to have some kind of basis. You need to have some structure, some vision, some plan, actually some outline that you can actually go for or go with to then ultimately be successful. And you can apply that in business or in any kind of other domains, in your private life, in sports, in whatever you feel important to actually be successful in. You need a certain set of parameters to help you achieve what you're destined to. And what is success actually? Basically, I define success as growth. Growth in whatever domain. It can be qualitatively, quantitatively. And I'd like to share with you 3 elements of how you can actually stimulate growth. And you need to be aware on what growth you want to stimulate. First of all, it's about growing stronger. It's a bit of the vertical domain. You actually drill really deep until you hit oil or diamonds or whatever, right? So that is getting better in your performance at doing something. The second dimension is growing differently. It's a bit of the horizontal domain where you actually say, well, I have already something in place and I want to add something else, right? Exploring different areas, refocus maybe your growth areas. And actually the third domain is next level growth. Some often refer to it as diagonal growth, where you actually make a strategic turnaround and actually go for other things and be better in others, or be a first mover in these areas because you combine performance with another domain, much of which Michael is actually showing, where he says strategic next level growth is diagonal growth. So I'd like to take the audience with you that you define for yourself what area and maybe multiple areas of growth are you looking at, and what is the strategy behind it to achieve what you're destined to. So let's go to actually the second part, because the second part of the title also says addressing the whole person. And strategy is always about addressing the whole. What be the whole? Is it a system? Is it an institution? Is it a person? So it's always about a 360 degree view. You do not ignore anything. Yeah, you put everything on the table. You make transparency, and because only with transparency you then have the clear mind, and you can put your resources where they make most impact. And do not ignore things, because you need to, in every balance sheet, look at the assets and the liabilities and think about what they are useful for and where you can leverage. But be not surprised because you have left anything out. So it's always about the 360 perspective. And what actually I personally apply for myself, I say, well, what is my 360 degree view? And I say, there is the business domain, there is the family and friends domain, and there is myself. And I try to have plans in place for each domain of them, and then dig deep in what area I currently need to focus, because I'm totally convinced you can have it all, you can strategically manage it all, You only need to know where you prioritize and set specific changing actions at some point in time. And that is really strategic clarity. And thirdly, let's share another piece with you that is actually, I call it the strategic success sequence, right? It's simply an order you should follow. It's always first starting with the why, then defining the what, and then going to the how and who, and connect how with who, right? So let's elaborate on the first one a little, what the why is. Probably you've heard it so many times. It's the purpose, it's what fuels you, what gives you the energy, what really drives you forward, and what is the reason of making a change in this world with your business and with you as an incredible person. But what is important, you made to make it explicit, write it down and let others join you. Like Michael shared a great vision in his crypto domain. He made his vision explicit for others to be able to follow him. And the same holds true for every entrepreneur. He or she needs to do that. And secondly, it's about the what. What really defines the target state, the destination you want to go to. Think like at it as a GPS where you want to arrive at some point. And here in that part, it's about having really in mind what are the qualitative, the descriptive elements, and the quantitative elements. What are the numbers? What numerical goals you want to achieve? Because once you have made clear all that on paper, you actually have set the destination for you, and you can then reverse engineer how to get there. And the third part is naturally the how, and I always combine the how with the who, because sometimes how, it's simply the actions or the means that you choose to arrive at your destination. But very often it's not just the means, but it's the people you engage with. Sometimes you pick even people first because you have a great billionaire, an experienced partner, someone who really knows their business. And you actually go to them and make a how plan with them, but to trust the person. So you pick actually the who first rather than going for the how yourself. So you can really play with pick the who or the how first, right? So,
excellent.
Cool, great. So there were 3 nuggets of content in the really very, very exciting domain of strategy. Provides you clarity, provides you with a plan. And if you want to know more, just connect with me. Go to reinermathiasek.com, connect with me on LinkedIn, and we'll elaborate on that further. And one closing element I'd like to share, because there was actually the overall title, which is maximizing your hard-earned dollars. Actually, I would suggest, or I would hope for many of you, that it's not your hard-earned dollars, but your happily earned dollars. Yeah, because you actually had happiness in earning them in one way or the other. You did it, and also that you did it in an impactful way. And herefore, I really encourage you. Yeah, once you've earned dollars, yeah, money is a means to achieve greater things and to provide very good in this world for others. Help them. So. All the best to all of you. Define the strategy so that you can, with your happily earned dollars, create even more impact and be happy even in that process. And that is actually what strategy, to sum it up, is the great gift. You have clarity in your head. You made it explicit. You have a path going forward, and you can actually join with other people that follow your path, and together you can create even greater things. Thanks.
Amazing.
For the opportunity here to share that with you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so great. Yes, I love it. I love the happily earned dollars. That's so good. And you probably had some idea that I really resonate with that, because I've earned the title from my coach, happiest person on the planet. So that's fantastic. Thank you. I love it.
You certainly are.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about hard-earned dollars that are happily earned. Okay, so it's actually really great, because I wanted to talk about what are the most important things that you can do to have your hard-earned dollars keep serving you over time. And the things that naturally would come to people's mind is having residual income, having income that comes in, day out, whether they do anything. It's coming in while they're sleeping. So residual income. And then of course, any kind of investment that grows your income, leverages it, makes it grow over time. And so those are the two things that came to my mind. And obviously, like, you wouldn't even think, oh, well, we don't want to waste our money, because that's so obvious. But it is part of the element of maximizing your hard-earned dollars and your happily earned dollars, is that you don't just throw money away, you don't just lose it. And one of the ways that people throw their money away without realizing it is by having a relationship that doesn't succeed. And it's very detrimental to physical dollars, but also your emotional dollars. And so steps that you can take today to protect that relationship, that loving relationship, to make it thrive, not just to not fall apart, but actually make it thrive and get better and better over time. This kind of relationship I call an exponential relationship, because it's so much more and it grows so much more over time. So how do you have an exponential relationship? Well, I would recommend that you go to someone who's been married 30 years or more, who's happily in love, and ask them what they're doing. And you're in luck, because I've been married 30 years this year. And when people see us for the first time, they mistake us for newlyweds. They think our grandchildren are our children. Like, they have no idea that two people could be together and be so in love for such a long time. And it's not magic. Thank you.
Not magic.
True happiness.
It's not magic. There's something I am doing, that my husband is doing, that actually benefits our relationship, makes us grow closer, and sustains us throughout the years. And I want to share that with you. And what it is we both take responsibility for our emotional state. And if I could just say one thing, that's what it is. Whenever what I feel, it's my responsibility. And I own it. I don't blame it on him. I don't make him fix me. I take responsibility. If I'm not feeling the way I want to feel, I take responsibility, and he does the same. So if you, in your own relationship, take responsibility, your relationship can get so much better. And then if both of you are doing it, then it's an exponential relationship. So I call it a co-independently happy relationship. It's not codependent, it's co-independent, independently happy. And so you take responsibility. So what does that mean? So I'd like to divide emotional state into three parts. You have focus, you have energy, and you have up or down. So I'll need to explain up or down, but focus is just where you're focusing on, what the environment is. Number two is energy level. It's just talking about the energy between just being calm in a kind of a neutral state versus high energy. Up would be ecstatic, happy, jubilant, you're so excited and happy, right? That would be high energy, good. And then high energy down would be, increase, like anger and frustration, but high energy. So hate or, revenge, those types of feelings would be considered high energy and a way that you don't prefer to feel. Up is how you want to feel, down is how you don't want to feel, and then you've got the energy levels. So then you just have focus and energy. So one added thing to talk about when we're talking about up and down, in a very simplistic way, up is I feel the way I want to feel, and down is I feel the way I don't want to feel. So it just makes the whole complex emotional model very simple. What's my focus? What's the energy level? And am I feeling a way I like to feel or a way I don't like to feel? And so when you think about emotion words tend to give responsibility for the emotion to the environment. So for example, if you say, oh, this food is delicious, you attribute the food with the ability to make it change your emotional state. And I would like to say that we need to really look at the language we're using and ask ourselves, are we blaming our emotional state on our environment, or are we taking responsibility for our emotional state? And so that has helped me so much. And I'm going to give you an assignment. So this assignment is that whenever you feel an emotion, I'd like you to break it up into those three things. What's the focus? What's my energy level? And what do I like it or not like it? And then take responsibility. take responsibility. Don't blame it on your environment. Don't blame it even on your food. Say, I'm responsible for my emotional state. And then when your assignment is for energy level, is to give it a 1 to 5. 1 to 5 positive, it's up, it's the way I like to feel, or 1 to 5 negative. And what that does when you start using numbers, when you attribute or start understanding your own emotional state, then it makes it very much easier to observe yourself. So your assignment is, when you're feeling an emotion, to say, oh, it's 1 energy, is it above 0 or below 0? And is it positive or negative? So like right now, I would say mine's like a 3 or a 4, because I've like got tons of energy. I like the way that I feel, and it's up. So it's good. It's good. And the focus is this panel. It's this experience. And so by doing that, you can actually start taking more and more responsibility for your emotional state, because you're more aware of it, and you're more aware that you're in control of it, and you're not blaming it on the other person. So if you wanted to be like A+ student, 100%, then you could go an extra step, and that is talk to your significant other about this and just help them to be able to start defining their emotional state with the above 5, up or down, and then the numbers. It's lower energy, and low energy isn't something bad. It's just more of a calm state, right? Lower energy or higher energy, up or down. And I'm telling you, this was an amazing step in my marriage, because once I started feeling like, I choose to feel the way that I feel, I'm not blaming it on you. If I feel a way I don't like to feel, then I'm not blaming it on you, and I take responsibility. Then we have 2 co-independently happy people in an exponential relationship that has so far to go and is amazing every single day. So thank you.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yes.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Sounds like a strategic plan put in action for systematic happiness. Wonderful. Love it.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. And thank you to our audience for joining us today. And we hope that you join us in future Success in Business panels. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.